Welcome to Suncorp Stadium, everybody. It's semi-final action here in the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. The Brisbane Broncos, the minor premiers, hosting the Parramatta Eels in what is knockout footy. Only 2 weeks remaining in this inaugural season in the SRL Premiership as Joey Kelly leads his side out. Kobe Johnston as well with the Eels. Two debutants in the Eels this afternoon, Charlie Butler and Liam Budd being replaced as well. And they will be being put up into the crocker pot with only 2 weeks remaining. Semi-final action about to get underway as Bronson Dixon with the kicking duties this evening. And we are underway here at Suncorp Stadium. The Broncos kick off, the Eels receive, and it's Jay Fogarty who brings it back for the first tackle of the evening. So the game of the round, arguably Eels versus Broncos. We all know how it went down earlier in the season, with the Eels coming away 34 points to 24. But a lot has changed in both sides as the Eels get to the end of their sit, but it's a horrible kick and it's picked up by Mark Iron. And the Broncos with the early opportunity after that unforced error by the Eels. Levi Raymond takes it up 12 metres out here. The Broncos looking to strike early, only 2.5 minutes into this game, and it's Bo Sadler who goes straight through the middle and gets the first points of the evening. And that was too easy for the little number 13, and the Broncos out to an early 4-0 lead. He threw off Connor Sanderson and Thomas Wallace. But Bo Sadler picks up his 4th try of the season. And just the start, Joey Kelly would have been after as Dixon comes in and makes no mistake. 6-0 ahead of the Broncos at home. Our fans are extremely happy with that one. They're on their feet. And they have been for this opening 3 minutes or so. As Hayden Yates comes in and sends it down deep to Bronson Dixon. And it's David Hastings who brings it back into contact and taken just 12 metres out from the Broncos line to get things back underway. Mark Iron with the ball, and Mark Iron's been forced into touch. An unforced error there, or rather an unforced error, but just bad decision making by the centre. And the Eels are going to get another chance, or their first chance of the evening as well, as Connor Sanderson is given the ball. He takes up only 10 metres out here, the Eels. Options left and right. James decides to go to Wallace. Cut out pass to Yates. Driven back in a good tackle. Yates by, looks like Malachi Bergen. Near side, they sling it wide to Jones. This new halves combination of Hayden Yates and CJ Jones. They go to Yates, to Barnes. Barnes always makes his way through. Taken down the good tackle by Bo Sadler. And tries to go as well. James, but he's knocked it on. And Bergen comes up with it. So James decided to try and go himself from dummy half. That was caught in the shoulder by, I think it was Jackson Ellison. And the Broncos survive that early pressure as Ellison goes forward and puts the shoulder down and bumps off Sanderson. Takes it up about 5 metres short of the halfway line as they fling it wide to Scott. The Eels complaining about a forward pass. They look to have come off one of the Broncos' heads, and referee says play on. Short ball to Sadler, the try scorer. So further pressure here by the Broncos as they decide to go to the left. They find Bergen, he's taken down a good tackle. Won't be able to get anywhere from there. It's final tackle for the Broncos. Bit of a slow play, the ball by Bergen. They go back to Raymond. Raymond puts it high. That's a good kick by Levi Raymond. Tapped back by Pete Barretto and picked up by Ellison, but wrapped up by the Eels, and it's a handover. As Luke Short takes it forward. Luke Short captaining the team this evening after Kobe Johnston suffered what many would have been saying an injury to keep him out of the semi-finals, but he has made a recovery and finds himself on the bench this evening. But it's Luke Short who will look to lead this Eels to a grand final spot. But at the moment they find themselves under a little bit of pressure and they're not getting their kicks away very well as Jones puts another wobbly banana kick type kick.
He's tackle one.
And it's taken by Bergen just over the halfway line. So a great opportunity for the Broncos to pile further pressure onto the Eels. Only 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes into this one, and it seems to be all the Broncos at the moment. As Barretto plays the ball, Robinson comes near side, Dixon goes inside to the Sadler.
That's tackle 4, hands off.
Looking to weave his way through, but can't find his way past the number 9 from the Eels. That was Tim James. That's Ellison taking it forward. The Broncos spout a tackle 25 metres out as Raymond puts up a kick. It's a shallow kick, not much depth at all. It's taken by Eli Barnes and a good leap by the centre.
He's held there.
Looking to settle it down for the Eels as the stand-in skipper
That's his second.
takes it forward, and he's taken down just outside the 30, Luke Short.
He's held there.
This time it's Yates.
That's the third.
Flat ball to Carter. Carter can't escape the clutches of Robinson with Ellison over the top. James goes right to Yates. Inside ball to Sanderson.
5. Marcus lock in. He's held there.
Connor Sanderson looking to inject himself early here, and what is probably fair to say has been a bit of an underwhelming season by the fullback after all the hype
Release.
that was pre-season, especially after that All-Stars game versus Papua New Guinea, where he piled on 4 tries in one game. As the Broncos stay near side, Mark Iron looking to make up for his earlier mistake, playing the ball just outside the 40 as they go short side to Hodgson.
He's held there. Clear him. 4. Get back.
Sam Hodgson looking to go top try scorer with a couple of games potentially remaining this season. As Barretto plays the ball and Dixon puts the kick down to Dan Mitchell, and he's covered well by some good Broncos defence. That's Malachi Bergen, assisted by Theo Scott.
He's held there. 2. Hands away.
Fogarty plays the ball. James goes right. They find Carter.
3. Hands
Charges
away.
forward.
Held.
Good quick play the ball by Carter. They come near side again to Wallace. Up over the halfway line. Wallace is taken down.
4.
And a good tackle by Robinson. Near side again. This time to Short. Goes through the middle. Gets the offload inside, but it goes to Levi Raymond.
Release. Held.
And they've given it away here, the Eels, once again. And so I'd say nerves are definitely starting to show as Joey Kelly makes a break through the side and takes it up to the halfway line.
Held. 3. Move.
Ellison plays the ball just short of the Eels' 40. To Bergen, short ball, gets the pass, but Thomas Wallace picks it up and the Eels get an intercept of their own. So both sides looking to keep the ball in play. Offloads and passes, looking to catch out some early defence. Game plans by both sides.
Back with me.
will be to sling the ball around and look for the interchange bench to provide some sort of platform as we look at the two benches. Jake Tuss, Sean Walker, Chip Sambo and Liam Raymond for the Broncos, while the Eels, as we see Joey Kelly almost make a mistake, the Eels bench Attila Sittendag, Kobe Johnston, Charlie Butler and their new player, I think it's Liam Budd, as Bergen takes it forward. Short side, Joey Kelly again, met by Sanderson, but it's a good break by Joey Kelly down their left-hand edge, plays the ball, they come inside to Raymond, they find Robinson.
That's tackle 4, hands off, Hill.
He's taken down by Short, plays the ball 2 metres short of the Eels 40. This time it's to Allison.
Hill there, 5th and last.
Bit of confusion to play the ball, but Robinson decides to dart anyway and makes some good metres up through the middle. Only a couple of metres out, that's the final tackle in fact. And I was a bit suspect as to what was happening there, but it makes sense now. Final tackle and Robinson just went for it.
He's held there.
Couldn't find his halves. As Braden Smith makes a break and Allison's come away with the ball here, so the Eels have given it away once again, this time in their own half. So both teams continuing to play the game at high tempo, as this time it's the Broncos who give it away.
Release.
Eli Barnes taken down, so captains from both sides need to try and calm their teams down.
Hill, move it.
You can see Joey Kelly in the background there. It looks like he's talking to Bo Sadler and David Hastings, just telling them to sort out the troops. And I can also see Kobe Johnston from the sideline up on his feet, ready to come on. He wants to get on as they go to Sanderson. And the Eels shot 20 metres short here, the final tackle. They come near side to Wallace. Wallace goes through the gap, gets the offload to Johnston, and the skipper just come on the park, tries to get over, but he's held in a good tackle. So the Broncos come away with it, and Kelly gets thumped in a heavy tackle. I'm not sure who that was. It could have been Sittendag.
2 hands away.
In fact, yes, it was. It was Attila Sittendag. As the Broncos just try and
He's held 3.
make their way up through the middle. It's Raymond. They go left this time to Bergen. Offload to Jake Tuss. So the interchange bench being used here. Just over 22 minutes been here in the Simulation Rugby League Premiership semi-final action from Suncorp Stadium. The Broncos get to their final tackle. They hold a 6 points to 0 lead after an early try to Bo Sadler. And Sanderson brings that one back. He looked a little bit laboured in that run. I'm going to keep an eye on Connor Sanderson. He could have been injured from that previous tackle. Just watching him bring the ball back, and he didn't seem to be at full speed as they go inside to Sanderson this time. That was a better run by the big fella, taken down by Pete Veretto. But the Eels up to the Broncos 40 here. They come near side. That's to Jones. What a game this has been so far. Both teams willing to play the ball, willing to throw it around as Braden Smith makes some metres down this near touchline. Final tackle for the Eels. They're 25 metres out. And they put the grubber kick in, but it's been picked up by Robinson. And the Broncos will come away with it again.
He's held there. That's your second. Hill, 3, hands off.
Back here live on SRL TV, it's the SRL Premiership. Pete Veretto plays the ball, and they come near side. They find Dixon on the end of it. No one really looking to change the direction of the play, and they just sling it round, and Mark Iron is left to put boots of ball. Finds Dan Mitchell. Dan Mitchell with a good break through the middle. Taken by a desperate Pete Veretto around the shoulders. If Veretto didn't take that one, Mitchell would have been away. But the Eels looking to strike here. A quarter of the way through this match. It's Sanderson on the 20 for the Eels. They go right to Wallace. Wallace is taken down by Allison. And Sadler. Near side to Simons. Isaac Simons had a quiet game so far, but he makes a few metres up down this left-hand side. They go to Jones, to Johnston, the skipper. He's hard to take down, but he is by Robinson, assisted by Veretto. Final tackle, they go to Jones. Jones puts it high, it's coming down, and Joey Kelly grabs it. And the Broncos bring it out to their 20 to restart the game.
Zero tackle, hands away.
So the Eels' best chance of the evening.
He's held there. Right.
There's a good kick by Connor Jones. But Joey Kelly managing to get up and defuse the situation as he makes a few metres up the middle. It's a good run by the skipper, but it's been given away. It's come off the head of, I think it was Samuel Robinson or Bo Sadler, and Luke Carter's come away with it. And the Eels just on the Broncos side of halfway as Johnston decides to go himself.
2 hands away.
Takes it up to the Broncos 25. This time it's William Jones.
He's held there.
Good metres here for the Eels. Tackle 3 near side. They come to Settendag. He wrestles. Taken down only 6 or 7 metres out. The Eels looking to strike as William Jones wasn't expecting that one, but he grabs it. He goes inches short of the line. So final tackle here for the Eels. Tim James has got options left and right. He goes right to Jones. Puts on the grubber kick. Yates jumps on it, but he hasn't got the momentum and he's fallen short of the line.
Hill, 1, release.
As the Broncos get things back underway, a frantic last 10 or so minutes.
2.
As the Eels looking to strike back after an early try to Bo Sadler.
Hill, 3, hands
Under
away.
10 minutes remaining in this first half, semi-final 1 here at Suncorp Stadium. A reminder, the winner of this game progresses to next week's SRL Grand Final. As the Broncos send the kick down, a little bit of a short kick there, but it's picked up by the Eels and not a great end to the set by the Broncos. The Eels are going to get a good opportunity here if they can make some good metres as James decides to run himself. Taken down by Jack Tuss and Malachi Bergen, but they're only 30 odd metres out here, the Eels, as Settendag makes another good run centre field. James comes left to Jones.
He's held there. 5th and last.
Taken down by Walker as they go right to Jones again. Puts a high up and under. It's coming down for Veretto, but it's been knocked back to Sanderson. Sanderson goes short and he's just tackled before the line. So far this Broncos defence has been holding.
Get off him. That's 1.
Stoic defence by this.
2 on the kick going. Hill.
As Walker takes it down, they sling it wide to the right.
He's held there.
To the left to Bergen. This time they come right to Raymond. They find Veretto, who flings it out to Dixon.
4.
To the fullback, looking to get himself into the game a little bit more. As this time they go to Hunt, Simon Hunt.
He's held there.
Wrestling with Attila Settendag and makes an extra couple of metres. They go left this time. It's hit. It looked like Simon David Hastings in the head as Pete Veretto comes up with it, and he's been taken down on the final tackle on the halfway line. And it's another pour into the set for the Broncos. And the Eels are going to get another opportunity here if they get to their end of their set. Counting down, only 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. The score remains 6 points to nil to the Broncos. But there is a long way to go in this game as Johnston goes through the middle, bumps off Robinson.
He's held there.
Taken down by Sadler, but it's in good metres up the middle by the Eels skipper.
Held. Let him go. 4.
Eels play the ball, that's Mitchell. Just inside the Broncos 10, they come to Johnston, the skipper. Kobe Johnston rolled onto his back. And that's held up by the referee. So they play the ball on the 10, final tackle. They go out to Jones. Jones decides to run it. I think there's a bit of miscommunication there. I'm not sure he knew it was the final tackle. And it's Mark Iron who brings it back for the Broncos, makes some easy metres down this right-hand edge.
He's tackle 1.
So it's not as if the Eels haven't had any opportunities in this first half. It's just that the Broncos' defensive effort has been quite spectacular.
He's held there. Let him go.
And they have fended off onslaught after onslaught in this, probably the second quarter of this game has been all the Eels after the early pressure by the Broncos. Both sides will probably get one more set with the ball before half-time as Robinson slings it back to Raymond on the final tackle. Raymond sends it down to Dan Mitchell, who's going to bring it back. Mitchell makes some good metres up the middle. He's found a bit of space, Dan Mitchell. He gets away from Pete Barretto. Mitchell's up over the 20, but he's taken down the great tackle, and that's David Hastings, the big Englishman, coming from nowhere and stopping Dan Mitchell in his tracks and arguably stopping a try to the Eels. But they've still got an opportunity here. They go to short and the skipper goes over for the try. The Eels strike back just before half-time. Referee wants to have a look at it, but there should be no issues there for Luke Short. The try's been awarded, and the Eels will look to tie the game up as we go into the sheds at half-time. Yates shouldn't have any issues with that one. What a tackle by David Hastings on Dan Mitchell. After Mitchell looked to have got away from Pete Barretto, as Yates comes in and makes no mistake, we're locked up 6 apiece here at Suncorp with only 30 seconds remaining. But the big Englishman tracking in from over 40 metres away and ran down arguably one of the Eels' fastest wingers. As Dixon sends it down to get the game back underway. Only a few seconds remaining, so this should be the final tackle of the first half as Fogarty takes it into contact, and it's Suncorp semi-final number 1 here in the SRL Premiership. We are locked up 6 apiece as the players head into the sheds. We'll see you back soon. Welcome back to the Simulation Rugby League Premiership semi-final number 1 from Suncorp Stadium. We're locked up 6 apiece here at half-time as Hayden Yates comes in and the game is back underway here in the second half. And it's Jackson Ellison who brings it back for the Broncos. And what a first half we saw. Opening try in the first few minutes to Bo Sadler. And the Broncos piled on a heap of pressure in the opening 20 minutes.
3 hands away.
But were unable to come away with any further points. And it was like a switch was turned at the 20-minute mark. The Eels just all of a sudden finding a little bit of confidence. And they really started to dominate that second 20 minutes of the first half. And eventually it was Luke Short who got over for the try. And we went into the sheds at 6 apiece. But we're back underway here in semi-final number 1 as Sanderson makes a good break through the middle. And the Eels will find themselves in a bit of early territory here as the Broncos threw the ball away. Later on in their set as Fogarty takes it forward for the Eels. They'll tackle 4, 15 metres out, just 5 left of the uprights. They go left to Jones. He's taken down the 10. So final tackle here for the Eels. Tim James, so Isaac Simons goes to Jones. Jones puts it high. That's a good kick by Jones. And it's flicked back to Sanderson. But he's wrapped up by Bo Sadler. And so the Broncos will look to get out of the set more comfortably than they did in that first one. Putting away an intercept. There's been 5 intercepts thrown so far in this game. 3 to the Broncos, 2 to the Eels. It just shows the game plan of both these teams is to just throw the ball around, tire the opposition out. As Iron goes for the 40-20, and that's a great kick by Mark Iron. Makes up for that earlier mistake, and the Broncos all of a sudden find themselves with a great opportunity to strike first in the second half. As they go right to Dixon, inside to Veretto. The fullback can't find his way through, taken down the good tackle by Short. They come near side Sadler to Malachi Bergen. Wrestles to the line, Bergen, but he's taken down a metre short. Robinson goes to the right to Raymond. Levi Raymond can't make his way through. He has to play the ball. Robinson again. Flat ball to Bergen. Malachi Bergen has got over. Malachi Bergen's happy with it. Referee wants to go upstairs, but this could be the opening try of the second half. A different angle could tell it, and he's got it down. Malachi Bergen has scored for the Broncos. And just like they did in the first half, they score early in the second half to take it to 10 points to 6. Kick to come. Bronson Dixon lining it up. 16 metres out. Around about 15 metres to the left of the uprights. Shouldn't be any issues with this one as he comes in and starts it to the right. And it does come around. It's a successful conversion for the Broncos. 12 points to 6 here at home. Many were saying that the Broncos would run away with this game relatively easy. But so far here tonight, both teams are playing extremely good football, and you cannot separate them at the moment, even though the scoreboard says 12 points to 6. Both sides look comfortable with the ball in hand and very organised on defence. As this time the Broncos go inside to Sadler. The try scorer makes some more easy metres up through the middle. This nuggety little locks and slash hooker. This time it's Hastings to play the ball. The Broncos 35 metres out. Final tackle as Dixon puts in a little banana kick out to the wing of Braden Smith, but he has no issues. And the Eels come away with it.
2 on the keep going. He's held there.
William Jones to play the ball, and James decides to go right to Jones to short.
Held. 3.
And the stand-in skipper for today has been busy. It's been busy with ball in hand as William Jones gets hit in a big tackle. That was Simon Hunt taking him down as Luke Short again makes some good meters, and Jones decides to take the kick and is sent down to the wing of Hodgson, who's had a quiet game so far. Sam Hodgson, he's been covered well and wrapped up in a good tackle there as well. As Hastings puts the shoulder down and gets the pass out to Sadler. Sadler plays the ball. I'm not sure if the referee actually called held or not. But they continue anyway, and the Broncos just over the halfway lines. They go short ball to Hastings, but he's covered in a good tackle. It's taken down by William Jones as Hunt takes it forward, and the Broncos make their way to the final tackle. They go back to Dixon, and that's another poor kick by the halfback, and Luke Short's come away with it. I think it was also the pressure that was put on Dixon by that Eels defence rushing forward, led by Connor Sanderson, as Luke Short makes another good bust through the middle. This time it's Wallace to the Eels. Tackle 4, 34 metres out, centre field. They go left to Jones. Jones finds Braden Smith. Braden Smith, renowned for these second half effort tries, as they go to Jones. Jones puts in a good kick, but it's been picked up by Allison. And Eli Barnes was just hoping for the bounce of the ball, but he didn't get it. But it was a good little darting kick by Connor Jones.
He's held 3.
As the Broncos bring it back through Simon Hunt. They sling it wide through Hastings to Bergen. Up over the halfway line, taken down a good tackle by Luke Carter. The fullback, Pete Barretto, injects himself. Beats the first tackle, but can't beat the second tackle. That's Hayden Yates. As Dixon puts the kick in. That's a better kick by the number 6. Sends it down to Dan Mitchell. Mitchell's made another break here. Just been taken down around the ankles by Bronson Dixon, but Mitchell is looking extremely dangerous on this right-hand edge. As they go to Mitchell again, another good break up through the middle by the winger. Up to the 20 here, the Eels. Dan Mitchell looks to be trying to spark something here for Parramatta. Final tackle, tackle number 4. They've still got 2 tackles remaining. They come wide to Jones. Short ball to Luke Short. He's hard to take down. Luke Short. He looks to have got over. Pete Barretto was trying to bring him down, but Luke Short, he's getting up confident. We're going upstairs. I'm not sure if he's got it down or not. He's been given the try. So the Eels stand-in skipper Luke Short grabs another bulldozing try as the Eels look to level it up once again here at Suncorp. Right out in front for Hayden Yates as he sends it through high up into the crowd. And after 56 minutes, we are locked up once again at 12 apiece. Luke Short coming into contact 6 metres out of the line and managing to just drive the legs. And Pete Barretto had no chance in holding him back, even though Pete Barretto is regarded as one of the biggest players in the SRL. Stands at over 2 metres tall, but he had nothing. He had no answer to the power and the momentum that Luke Short had. Now we've already seen some sensational tries by
Back
the
to
Parramatta
10.
front rower. And there's another one as
That's tackle 4, hands
the
off.
Eels look to
It's held there.
get through their first set after the tries. They come centre field to Fogarty.
5, Marcus lock
Fogarty
in.
offloads to
Held.
Wallace, and it's a final tackle here. They're just short of the halfway line. Wallace plays the ball. They go back to Yates, and Yates sends it down. It's a good kick by the 5'8", picked up by Kelly, and wrapped up by
He's
Eli
back and
Barnes.
run. He's held there. Clear him now.
So we are coming up 3/4 of the way
Held.
through this
2,
game,
on the
semi-final
kick
number
going.
1 here in the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. The winner of this heads to the SRL Grand Final next week. Venue to be confirmed.
Held. 4, get back.
Either
3.
Suncorp Stadium or Mount Smart, as the Broncos and the Warriors respectively finished 1 and 2. Sadler plays the ball for the Broncos. Final tackle, Dixon sends it down to the wing of Dan Mitchell again, but he's wrapped up.
That's 1.
And a good tackle by Malachi Bergen, who got up there quickly and negated any chance that Mitchell had to
He's held there. That's your second.
gain some speed or momentum as they play the ball. They go to Luke Carter.
Held.
This time 30 metres out here, the Eels. Tackle 3, just right of the uprights. They go to Wallace. Thomas Wallace through the middle. Gets the offload to Connor Jones.
4.
And Jones makes some good metres
Clear him now.
down the centre, and they come to the right to Sanderson. Sanderson almost getting away, but it's Bergen again who makes a good tackle. And the Eels' final tackle. James goes to Yates. Yates puts a short little bomb up, taken down by Pete Barretto in a magnificent take. It was. And it's Thomas Wallace who grabs Barretto. And he's got up a little bit awkwardly. He looks to be holding
2 hands away. Held.
his back of his neck. As we'll keep an eye on that as
3,
Dixon
Marcus lock in.
brings it forward and hit by the good shoulder by Attila Settendag. And they've thrown it away again here. Hayden Yates comes away with it. And the Eels,
Let him go.
with possession, only 30 metres out from the Broncos line. So wouldn't this be their best opportunity of the game to take the lead, the Eels? They go short to Carter.
He's held there.
Thomas Wallace has come from the park. So I'm not sure if he'll be back. We'll have to wait and see as Yates goes right to Settendag. The little second row is taken down just 5 metres out. The Eels decide to go left through James. Jones changes up to Sanderson. And Sanderson's driven back in a good tackle by Pete Barretto. Right out in front of the uprights. James, final tackle to Jones. Puts it high to the left. Knocked back to Braden Smith. Braden Smith looking to go over. And Braden Smith scores for the Eels. What a try to Parramatta. Knocked back, and Braden Smith just goes straight through the middle. And the Eels hit the lead here at Suncorp. As Yates comes in, the conversion is not going to be successful. And the score remains 16 points to 12. Parramatta have taken the lead with a little over 15 minutes remaining. I was looking at Joey Kelly under the goalpost, and he was having a good word to his team. He is fired up, Joey Kelly, you can tell. Read the comment section. As Dixon gets the game back underway, sends it down to Connor Jones, and it's Attila Settendag who's responsible for bringing it back for the Eels, and they set it up just left of the uprights as the skipper, Kobe Johnston, makes some good metres up through the middle, taken down by Pete Barretto and Jackson Ellison, and that's a good run by Kobe Johnston coming off the bench this evening.
3, he's held there. Clear him.
They decide to go short side. They go to Braden Smith again, this electric winger.
Held. 4. Hold the 10.
Scoring 3 tries in the last 3 games now. They go centre field to James. So Parramatta all of a sudden
Marcus, lock in.
with momentum behind them. And they get to the end of their set, but they don't get the kick away. And it's William Jones who's wrapped up with it.
Right, here's tackle 1. He's held there.
Back live here on SRL TV.
2.
Jake Tuss takes it forward for the Broncos up over the halfway line. If you haven't registered for the SRL Premiership yet,
3.
head to the SRL Premiership Discord and join now for Season 2.
That's tackle 4, hands off.
Set to get underway in only a few weeks' time as we see these Broncos and Parramatta superstars counting down. Only 12 minutes remaining in this first semi-final here at Suncorp. It's the Eels holding a slim 16 points to 12 lead as Pete Veretto takes it forward and he's unable to get the ball free. And it's a handover. And the Eels
Held. That's 1.
coming
2.
away with it on their own 30. As they go inside to Sanderson. This electric fullback has had a reasonably quiet game so far. He gets the offload to Connor Jones.
That's your second.
And the Eels up to the Broncos 30, only the second tackle. They come right to Yates. He finds Johnston, the skipper.
He's held 3.
Wrestles his way down, taken by Malachi Bergen, assisted by Allison. As they go short side, they go short to William Jones.
Hold the 10.
Centre field here for the Eels. They go left to Settendag.
5th and last.
Final tackle, just left of the uprights, 12 metres out. They play the ball, James to Jones, puts in the kick. It's picked up by Jake Tuss though.
Held.
And the Broncos come away with it and survive.
2. He's held there. Get off him.
On the 30 for the Broncos, it's Robinson to play the ball. They go left to Bergen.
3. Hands away.
Another busy game this week for Malachi Bergen after last week's heroics as they give it to Veretto. He hands it away to Dixon. He could have got himself, I felt, Pete Veretto. He's got the
4.
size.
Get back. Look at me.
Sometimes I feel like he doesn't use his size as well as he could. As Hunt goes through the middle, gets the offload to Tuss.
5.
He
Hold
tries
the
to
10.
get his hands free, doesn't have any support around. And he gets up frustrated, yelling at his players, asking for support. And they send it down to Braden Smith
Held there.
on the final tackle. This time it's Fogarty to Settendag.
2. Hands away.
Good run by the second rower. Coming off the bench this week, Attila Settendag. This time it's Johnston.
Back to 10.
Hitting a good tackle
Held
by
there.
Robinson.
Let him go.
Assisted by Hastings. James goes left to Jones. That's Connor.
4.
And then to William. To Yates. Short ball to Sanderson.
5. Hold.
Taken down, the good tackle by Bergen. As they go back to Yates, and Yates doesn't connect
Right. Here's
with
tackle
that kick.
1. He's held
And it's
there.
come down, and Malachi Bergen's just pounced on it. And the Broncos starting to set in the Eels half as David Hastings bulldozes his way through
Let him up.
some
Held.
tiring
2.
Eels defence, and he plays the ball only 25 metres out. So this is the chance the Broncos needed. Veretto hands it off to Hodgson, this electric winger who has had minimal opportunities so far this evening as Hunt goes through the middle. Simon Hunt spots a gap and takes it. It closes, but not before he makes a few metres. They go short side to Mark Iron. He tries to find his way around the tackle of Braden Smith. He can't. So final tackle here for the Broncos. They go to Tuss. Tuss puts in the kick to Hastings. David Hastings over the line, but rolled onto his back. And the Eels are going to come away with it. So was that the only opportunity the Broncos are going to have? We are less than 5 minutes remaining here at Suncorp Stadium.
2 on the kick going.
What an upset this could be if the Eels can beat the Broncos at home. It's Settendag up over the 40. The Broncos are screaming for the penalty, for the knock-on. Referee won't give it to them. As Jackson Ellison and Robinson take down Settendag, and they go left to Simons through the middle. Isaac Simons taken in a good tackle by Pete Barreto, had to be made, and they get to their final tackle. They go to James. He puts it deep down to the wing of Joey Kelly. The skipper has to do something, but he can't. He's met in a massive tackle. Dan Mitchell it was. As Bergen goes out, flings it to Hastings. Hastings finds Tuss. Tuss breaks the tackle of James, but he's taken down by some good defence. That's Luke Short. They come left side to Bergen. This is surely their last opportunity, the Broncos. Robinson to Raymond, to Hastings. The big Englishman just short of the halfway line. Tackle for the Broncos. They go to Raymond, to Bergen. Final tackle here. They might get one more opportunity, but we're a minute and a half remaining. It's unlikely as Raymond sends it deep down to the wing of Mitchell. Mitchell's going to bring it back, and it's a good run by Dan Mitchell. Bring it back with aggression. Looking to force an error here, the Broncos. That's their only opportunity as Tuss comes in hard. Hits Johnston, but the skipper manages to hold on to it. To Jones. So coming into season 1, the Parramatta Eels, Premiership favourites, suffered some heavy defeats mid-season, scraping in by the narrowest of margins, but they have managed to knock over the number 1 seeds here away from home as the Parramatta Eels qualify for season 1 grand final of the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. The season is over for the Brisbane Broncos. And what a game we have seen. We hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned with semi-final number 2. Tomorrow night, it's the Warriors hosting the Rabbitohs. What a game of football we have seen tonight. We'll see you all again next time here on the Simulation Rugby League Premiership.